Some major updates tonight on some health stories we've been following closely. One is a major development for people who rely on insulin in Minnesota. But first, Kent Erdahl tells us more about Minnesotans sick because of vaping. Kent?
Well, Julie, after the first 4 reported cases last week, the Minnesota Department of Health now tells us they're investigating 15 cases of severe lung disease linked to vaping. And there are now 150 cases nationally classified as a severe disease outbreak.
And I should say, by severe disease, I mean virtually all of the cases across the country have been hospitalized, and most of them are in the ICU, and many of them actually end up in a ventilator, including our Minnesota cases.
The Minnesota Department of Health tells us all of the cases here and many nationally have involved the vaping of THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, which is illegal, but many young people easily are buying online. But so far, they have not linked these severe injuries to a specific product.
There's no infectious cause of this. This is, again, related to vaping, and it appears, at least, the vast majority of them were vaping THC. So what causes this? That's part of the whole outbreak investigation.
Now on to that other big development today. People with type 1 diabetes in Minnesota received much more positive news today as Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota announced that many of its insurance customers will no longer pay out of pocket for insulin. You heard that right. Blue Cross announced on Facebook they'll provide a $0 copay for insulin. It will begin next year and covers thousands of customers who have fully insured plans like those offered through MNsure and many employers. Earlier this month, 2 other Minnesota insurers, Medica and UCare, announced that they'll cap the cost of insulin at just $25 a vial. To give you some perspective, the list price of insulin is still nearly $300 a vial, and that's why a group of Minnesota women have been leading trips to Canada for months now to raise awareness of this issue. And tonight, those affordable insulin advocates are encouraged.
There are certainly many who are not going to be covered yet, but I think this sets the bar really high for saying that as a state, we know that insulin is as essential as water and needs to be easily obtained. And I hope that many others will follow suit.
Leah there and the other affordable insulin advocates say there's still a need for an emergency insulin bill in Minnesota, which would help everyone who is struggling to afford it. They'll be holding a rally for that bill in Edina this weekend. We have more information on our website, KARE11.com.